once importing the package here, feel free to go GWL Pixel, find our ARPG and the scenes. And this has a bunch of example scenes. The demo room here has, well, the demo of this combatant. This is the player, walk around, hit the other things. But today we're going to look at under additional demos. If we open this up, you'll see the build scenes. These are scenes that you may have played on the itch account. These are the ones in the web demo. So you could take a look at all those to look at how I did those. But we're going to look at this one, item stat and item stat bare room. So this one, it's kind of ugly. Sorry about that. Not a designer here. So we got this message, but we're not going to deal with that message. I'll just be your message. So if you click over here on the game objects, we got the player stats. So this right here is just a game object. It's just a capsule. And to use the stats and the inventory, I've made these classes player stats and player inventory. You could just put these on here, and then they allow you to put in a stats template. So what is this class? Let's look that up. Open it up here, and you see all it has is that template and then a runtime. Because what it does is make a copy of that template, so it doesn't modify the template at runtime. So we do all that here, and then when we want to modify resources, we can do that. We just call into this class. This is part of the iStat user interface. So you could also just attach this to your own player class. It'll give you all the functions that are going to be required for it. And then just make sure that you use one of these actor stacks to call into. So for example here, get runtime stats, right? Make sure you have a reference to your runtime stats here. And if you don't want to deal with all that, just attach the player stats to the game object. So what now if I hit play? We have these three circles. I'm going to go to console here because it shows you some. And these three circles represent items. So I could click that and I picked up a health potion. We see this down here too. The middle one is I picked up a cutlass. And then the last one is another health potion. So how do we know we picked these up? Well, they're talking with the player inventory. If you go to the on-click objects over here and open that up, you see I have an empty item, no traits. So then back over the inspector, this is using the item system. Here, this is just the example, a health potion, and it has no random traits assigned on it when it drops. So these are like your vanilla items. Here's the item with traits. So this would be that cutlass. So then it's going to have randomly assigned traits on that. And then the last one, if you want to actually get a random item from a loot drop here. So instead of getting the item directly, it'll go out to this testing loot, and then we see all possible items, so go ahead and grab from here. So these examples, and they all fire if you want to take a look. These are just example scripts when you go ahead and do a click on it. It's an interface I wrote here, iMouse clickable, and then you just click, and then it goes ahead, and this is the important line here. Add item to inventory. What you'll probably always want to do is make a copy of the item and then modify it how you want and then add it to the item, and that's fine, or add it to the inventory. You just do that with this line here. So you see this inventory, get inventory. Where am I getting it from? Well, if you right click, it's going to show an interface. So I'm going to go to the player stats here, and it's this thing right here, player inventory. So if I open this up, we have this interface, iInventory user, and that's where it's getting here. It's getting our inventory right here, which again, this class all it's doing is making a runtime copy of it. So that's basically the stats in the inventory here and how you could, this example scene shows you how you can interact with them and just the basics you need. So for your own game, all you need to put is these scripts on here. Also then make these templates. So if you want to make these templates, you could click here, find it in your project, and then the easiest thing, what I like to do is just duplicate it and then modify it according to the directions, right? Look at the documentation there. I'll go ahead and delete that. The other thing you could do is just go to create, find GWL Pixel, ARPG, and now if you want to make an inventory, you go here, new actor inventory, and if you want to make the stats, new actor stats right above it. That will also, you see that? And it also makes the stats item here. Here, I'll just leave this as new actor stats. So now you could see if I go to player stats here, and if I open up here, there's our new actor stats I could just plug on in. So that's all you need to do. Attach these two scripts, make your own templates, and then you're good to go.